Hey everybody, we are live on the show. Look what I've got sitting next to me, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be because there's a whirlwind in town, and I don't want her to be taken away with a whirlwind. So, Lisa, Marie Nicole, welcome to the show. How
Thank
are
you.
we?
Thank you, AJ. Nice to be on. Appreciate it.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. So we know that it's hurricane season over in America. So we're going to try and get this show over and done with as quickly as possible because what we don't want is you to be taken away with the wind and we lose you.
I hope
Okay,
not.
because it's taking so long to get you on the show.
I know.
So we're going to start. Hi, everybody out there in podcast world and I was going to say Facebook world, but I don't know what's going on with StreamYard and Facebook at the moment. You've let us down tonight. So we're going to have to bring this show after the show to you guys over in Facebook world because you can't join us tonight. So that's a bit disappointing. But hey, YouTube world, we are live and we are with you. So if you're watching, hi. So basically, this is week 4 of the support to Willan Hospice, and we are sadly saying goodbye to them because one of our artists, unfortunately, has had a bit of a tough time on Facebook at the moment, and also a bit of a tough time with the music industry, etc. So he's just taking a bit of time out, and he is coming back live to us. Tim Steinrock, Lisa knows who I'm talking about. He will be back with us. He's one of our ISSA members. Probably said his second name wrong. I'm absolutely rubbish with names, but he is coming back. He will be coming to see us in October. So in relation to One Life itself, just remember these shows are live. Just remember these shows are going to probably touch some of your hearts. And when we speak about some of the issues that we speak about today, please speak to loved ones, speak to friends, speak to relatives. Don't be alone, okay? Especially with palliative care. It's a very difficult, tough subject. And we know that all of those friends and family and yourselves are going through a really tough time at the moment. And we want you to reach out, come and speak to us. Don't be on your own. Go to lots of places of support, including the local churches. I know, Lisa, you can give us some great advice and support around how church groups help people. And I know that's been a big part of your life in terms of the music industry. And I want to know a little bit more about gospel singing and the church and how it supports music going forward. But in relation to One Life, I don't have any updates for you today. It's been a really, really quiet few days. We do have one update possibly, but I can't share too much. So I might give you a little bit of a secret because it's exciting for our artists. I'll go on then. I'll give you a little something. So we have been approached by a national radio show that has just recently been launched. And they are looking at our artists to come onto their show and airplay their music. Now, this is an exciting opportunity for One Life because we will maybe be sponsoring their show. So basically, all of our artists can go over to their show and play their music on a breakfast program, which gets aired about 3 to 5 days a week. So that's a great opportunity for our artists to get their music played. And I think it's fantastic. They contacted me last night. I can't give the name of the radio show, but I'm really excited about it because at the end of the day, it's exposure for the artists that have joined One Life, but it's also exposure for those artists to get their music played once again on airplay, because I think a lot of our artists depend on that to get their music out to everybody. You know, all the local radio stations, whether that's in America or whether that's, you know, here in the UK, you know, that's one thing that really helps us artists get our music out to people. So that's a great opportunity. And I'm really, really happy about that. In relation to the show at the end, please stick around. We have got our artist of the month who will basically be welcomed onto the show and tell us who they want to be their charity of the month. And me and Lisa have just been talking about this. And actually, we are going to do 2 spins this week. We are going to have 2 charities, 2 artists. And also, we're going to think about some competitions that we could run next month to try and make charitable support a lot easier and get some more money in. So that's where we are in One Life. I'm not going to keep much of Lisa's time because obviously we know that there's a hurricane on its way. And there's lots of interesting facts about Lisa's bio that you've all read that I really want to know myself. I'm really itching to ask her some questions. So, Lisa, welcome again. This is now your show.
Thank you.
So poor old Lisa's really tired, everybody. She's absolutely exhausted. As you can see from her face, she has had a really busy time. If anyone goes to her Facebook, this young lady does not stop, whether she is a musician, a podcast host, a mom, an animal lover, looks after dogs. She never gives up. She never takes a break. So we are going to talk about looking after Lisa as well today. So Lisa, these are your best bits that I picked up from your profile and also your bio. And do you know what? I almost give in because, again, one of the longest bios I've had on the program. It was a huge one.
I have to keep updating
it. You need to condense it, me love. I tell you, it takes you 10 years to read. It's like the book. Anyway, in relation to my best bits, and you're going to give me your best bits, I think, you know, your bio says it all. You are a multi-award-winning recording artist, okay? And I think they keep on coming, and that's a highlight to how much hard work you put into your music. Here at One Life, we're proud of all our artists, and we're proud of you today, because at the end of the day, I know artists don't like to gloat, and they don't like to, you know, big up how many awards they've had and all this sort of stuff. But actually, you know, that shows how much hard work you're really putting in. And we're really proud of every single, you know, award that you get. So well done. A Rocking for God, and I'm going to find out a bit more about this later, podcast host. So you're a fellow podcast host. You know what it's like to sit in the hot seat like I am today.
Yep.
A published author. Congratulations for your Christmas Stranger. And it's out now on Amazon. If anyone wants to go and buy it, it's out now on Amazon. So congratulations, Lisa.
It's not out yet. October 15th.
It's not out yet.
It's
October 15th.
Pre-save.
It's pre-save. Oh, I see. And we're hitting the Christmas titles already. I love it.
Yep.
You've also got a new album which has come out called Step Inside the Light, and that came out on the 2nd of September.
Yeah, step into the light of Jesus.
Fantastic. And you are also, and how we connect, you are also a proud member of the ISSA, and recently been over to Atlanta to the award show as well. I'm dead jealous.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got so much to talk about. So Lisa, should we give everyone a taste of what your music's really like?
Sure,
come on. So we said about playing this song for everyone because actually tonight, when that hurricane does hit Florida, don't be scared. Just reach out to your friends and family. And you know what? You've got through these so many times before in America, and you're so strong. And you will, as the song says, unite together to beat what's coming to you. Okay? So, United We Stand. Give me a little bit of context, Lisa. What's this song all about?
Well, this song is based on 9/11. I wrote this after 9/11. I was there. I saw the whole thing. I have a lot of, you know, it's all in my mind, everything that I wrote 7 poems after that. And this is the one I turned into a song. And I waited almost 23 years to do it. But I finally did it. I rewrote it to make it into a song, and then I released it April 1st of this year, and it's been doing very well. It's been downloaded, my most downloaded song and my most played song right now, all over the world. It's not just America, because this song isn't just about a 9/11. It's about unity between all of us, and that isn't just America either. It's unity between the whole world. And so this song really means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people also, especially people that were there. And you know, everybody was involved when this happened. And it's just, when I wrote this song, I said, you know what, I think now is the time to release this, because this world and this country is just so so divided. And I really think that this song could hopefully try to unite everybody, one nation under God. So I really hope that everybody enjoys it.
I love the message. So Lisa, just like everybody else, if you can't hear it, smile and play along. Everyone can hear it outside in podcast world, okay? But if you can hear it, give me a thumbs up. I have listened to it. It's an absolutely fantastic track, everyone, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And to remember all those amazing special families that went through 9/11, our hearts are with you as we play this every time.
That people will never understand. The heart of a country laid down to rest. For human spirit is put to the test. United we stand. We try not to fall. All for one and one for all.
Yeah, but it cut off.
We walk towards the future, hand in hand. We hold our heads up high. We are proud of our land. Americans we are, and we always shall be. I love you, and you love me. Our faith will always keep us free. The Lord has opened up our eyes to see, and we'll fight till the end in the name of God and liberty. United we stand. We try not to fall. All for one and one for all. We walk towards the future, hand in hand. We hold our heads up high. We are proud of our land. We are Americans. We hold on to our Bible and God. Our faith is strong and our love is true. We will always lead the red, white, and blue. Yeah. United we stand. We try not to fall. All for one and one for all. We walk towards the future, hand in hand. We hold our heads up high. We are proud of our land. We are Americans. We are Americans. We are Americans. 'Cause we're always there to lend a hand. 'Cause forever united we stand.
I got goosebumps at the end.
Yeah, that it's really powerful at the
It
end.
is, isn't it?
That's how I wanted it to be.
Good. And a little Dickie Bell was questioning her singing, and the people saying that there's only certain people who are saying about your singing. You've got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
You got a lovely voice. There's nothing wrong with your voice. And I'll tell you what, the amount of times that this is going into charts and getting into certain positions and all the awards and things like that, never question that voice of yours, young lady. That's me, a fellow podcast host. I'll tell you what, you've got an amazing voice. And I'll tell you what, everybody's so proud of you with the tracks that you bring out. That's a beautiful track. Well done.
Thank you so much.
In relation to the first question that we always talk about when we start our show after we've done the artist profile, is we talk about our charitable causes that are very dear to the hearts of the artists that we bring onto the show. And there was one particular charity that you wanted to talk about, and I wanted to give you some time to talk about today. So when you talked to me and you spoke to me outside of the program, you wanted to talk to me about Open Hands Animal Rescue Charity. So let's start with them.
Yeah, there's a charity in next door to my town I live in called Open Hands Animal Rescue. It's in Ocala, Florida, And I made very good friends with the people there, and they're all fosters that hold on. They rescue dogs and cats and everything from bad situations. And I just rescued an animal through them. I just rescued a 8-month-old female boxer. Her name's Maggie May, and she was rescued from a hoarding situation. And they rescued a bunch of dogs from there, and she's real skinny, and she was starved to death. So my husband and I discussed it, and we love boxers. We always wanted another one, and she's. I know that we can give her a good home because both of our other dogs are spoiled to death. All my dogs are rescues. I used to volunteer for a bunch of rescues up north, and then in Florida I did also. And I told them they do so much for animals in the area, and I know they have a couple right now that need surgeries and need MRIs and stuff, and they could really use the donations to help them. They do such good work, and they find these dogs homes, and they foster them. Some of them have 10, 11 dogs because they have to foster them. And so I chose them because not just because I adopted a dog through them, but because I see all the work that they do, the hard work to help these animals, and they could really use the donations right now.
Fantastic. And what I did say to you, that's lovely. I've just got to ask one question, and I'm sure my mum's going to be ringing me in a minute. Maggie May, where did that name come from?
Well, my husband's Irish, and I love the Irish and the Brits. All right.
Okay.
I love the Irish names, and I've always been into that kind of stuff. I'm Italian. My husband's Irish.
Okay.
But I love the name Daniel, and when I adopted my other puppy, I named him Daniel Ray. So I call him Danny. I call him old Danny boy, and that's Danny. Cool. And when I made her, I always want I had Molly Malone. I had a Molly Malone who was my heart. She passed away 5 years ago, and she was everything to me. And I never thought I was going to get another dog. So I had Molly, and then we wound up getting Danny right after her, which I believe that I was led to him, and Molly led me to him. And then after that, I wound up getting her, and I always wanted a dog named Maggie. I just like the name Maggie. So we named.
I tell you why Maggie May is because my mum's a big Rod Stewart fan. I know she'd been texting me going, I wonder if she named it after a Rod Stewart song, and I'm like, yes, mother.
Actually, I didn't. But my husband said to me, "Everybody's going to tell you that. Everybody's going to ask you, Maggie." I
was waiting for my mum to text. My mum does text me regularly during my shows, and I always tell her off. I'm like, Mother, I want a show.
My mother loves Rod Stewart. Yeah, my mother loves Rod Stewart too. Her favorite song is "Forever Young."
Is there any other charities that you career? Yeah. You started out when you was 9 years old, wanting to be a singer. Wanting to write books. You must have helped loads of charities throughout your work. Has there been any others that you can remember of really sort of stuck on you this charity?
Well, I have another one that's in Florida, actually. It's Citrus County Animal Services. They're in Citrus County, Florida. They are another organization that's in my county, and they do a lot of things for animals. They rescue stray dogs off the street. They find them homes. They do all kinds of charity events for them. And they also can desperately use the help. I am a member of a Catholic apostolate called the Four Persons, and that is what my Rockin' for God podcast is based on. I'm always asking. We're always asking for. They're a nonprofit, and the fourpersons.com. You can donate to them to help us keep going, to bring the content out that we do to help bring people to God. So that's another one. Also, the National Fibromyalgia Association. I have fibromyalgia, so I always throw that out there because there's so many people that suffer from this horrible disease, this condition. It's horrible, and I always tell people to please donate to them because they need to come up with some kind of cure for this. So, but I donated to the Humane Society, the National Heart Foundation, because my mother has heart disease. So I always donate to them. There's a lot of different places that I donated to over the years. Actually, I can't forget the one with Frank Silver. The 9/11 one. I can't believe it.
The 9/11. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. Lisa, bless her. I tell you what, she is one of the most hardworking people I have met in the ISSA. She just does. That's it. She just does so much hard work, and she forgets herself. She's a survivor and a daily sufferer of fibromyalgia. I know how hard that condition is. I have arthritis. It's twice as bad as that.
Me too.
Fibromyalgia is so complicated and difficult, and it's so painful. It gets you so tired. But you know what? Lisa just doesn't care. She gets up in the morning. She's like, "Who can I help next? Who can I support next? What song can I bring out next? I'm going on the podcast." I'm like, this girl never sleeps. She just basically wants to entertain the world for the rest of her life, and she does it in such an amazing way. We're all so proud of her in the ISSA.
With the strength of God. If it wasn't
with the strength of God,
I would have never been able to do any of this.
Definitely. So let's go to your music journey, and talk about sort of becoming a musician, and particularly around gospel music, in terms of, was this always a passion of gospel music? Was it something that was going around in your family? How did this come about, that this is a genre of music that you wanted to produce?
Well, I told my testimony probably about 50 times this month already. So
go on, just give us a shortcut, just a little snippet. You don't have to do the long version. We've got lots of questions for you.
I have been a writer since I was 7 years old, and I used to write all kinds of fiction, horror stories. I've written everything since I was a kid. I got into poetry when I was a little older, started writing poetry. Then I became a published poet. I used to sing in the choir at my church when I was, 10, 11, 12 years old. I sang in the choir, and I never really thought about getting into music, to be honest with you. I've always wanted to be a writer. So I joined, when I moved to Florida, I joined the church by my house, and I became the lead singer of the contemporary service they had. Now, my husband's cousin, who I used to hang out with a lot up north, she got me into Christian contemporary music because I never listened to it. I was into straight up rock. I'm a rock girl. I grew up in the 80s. I'm a rock girl. Wow. I love rock. So my voice sounds better with rock and contemporary.
So who's your favorite rock singer? Forget the gospel side. Who's your favorite rock singer? I'm interested.
Well, I got tons of rock. I got bands. I mean, I love Heart. I love Pat Benatar. I grew up listening to Pat Benatar, to Heart, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, I like blues too. I like some Blues Buddy Guy. I like Muddy Waters. I mean, I've listened to some. I just like that type of music. So basically,
is there a style with gospel music? Is there one particular style? Can you just free flow and do anything?
That's what I was getting into. I strictly, when I was approached, actually, when I was called, because this was a calling to me from God to do this. I never thought I would ever do anything like this with singing. I never thought I'd be where I am right now. Never in a million years. So when I started writing music, which I was in church, I started writing music, and it just came to me. So I said, you know what? I always wanted to be a rock singer. If God is going to choose me to do this for him, then I want to try to do contemporary. And I wanted, because I'm Catholic, so I do a lot of liturgical music in church. So I go from one extreme to another. I do this all the time. So I have to shut myself off and do everything in church one way. And then when I leave, I'm rocking out when I leave to my music, but it's all for God. It's all for God. So basically, I wanted to be a Christian rock artist, which is what I am. But down the line, I started getting, nobody influenced me to do this. This just came to me. So there isn't anybody out there that said to me, hey, you should do this or that. This stuff just comes to me. So I decided to do some country. I don't know why. It's the way the song came to me. I started doing some country. I did a bunch of ballads. One of my number one songs that did incredible is Just Believe. And that's a beautiful worship song. That's a ballad. And I did a bunch of them. And then I said, you know what? With Christian music, basically, I don't like the way they put Christian and gospel together. I don't like the way they do that today, the industry. I don't think they should be doing that, because I think gospel and Christian contemporary is totally different music. I mean, if you listen to some gospel music, it's nothing like what I sing. I mean, I am in the gospel category because sometimes there's no Christian category. It's just gospel. So I don't like the way they lump everybody together today in the industry. I really think that they should be doing Christian separate, like Christian contemporary or Christian rock or Christian country or whatever. But it's just gospel. And I feel I am a Christian rock artist, but now I just call myself Christian contemporary, because Christian contemporary covers everything.
Cool.
So that's what I say. I'm Christian contemporary artist because it covers all of it, but I specialize in rock. So
there you go, everyone. I tell you what, my mum would love you. But the only reason, I think this is from when I was little, you know, my mum always used to get me into church when I was a little kid. And I always remember, and I always said to mum, I was like, Mum, why do you go to church? What is it about church? Why does the Lord want you to go to church? My sister's like also goes to church, and sort of the Christian sort of faith in my family is quite big. My mum was always used to say to me, it was, oh, I love the music. That was all it was. I love the music. Everywhere I go, I just love the music. And I was like, is it just the singers? And she's like, no, I love the gospel groups. I love the groups. And it's always been about the music for her. Every church that she goes to, if she can get a good vibe at church, that makes her day. You know, it's not about the Lord's Prayer or the talks of the Bible or anything like that. Song and dance for her in a good gospel church or a good Christian church. That's it. She's set off for the day and she absolutely loves it. And she still goes today. You know, she'll go every single weekend and like she enjoys her music. And so like when we have gospel artists or Christian artists who come onto the show, she'll be the first person to go, I'll follow them. I'll make sure I follow them.
Okay,
so
Mom,
your story's out there. Yeah, definitely. So if you get a name, Patricia Fairby, she's already been on your site anyway. She's already been looking at you. So, you know, your artist profile's out there. We know lots and lots and lots about Lisa. She's had to tell her story so many times. We're not going to make her tell the whole lot, but that was a thank you for a bit of a background in relation to yourself. I want to pick on you for a little bit of thing. I was going on your Facebook earlier and I saw a bit of AGT. Please tell me that's America's Got Talent.
Yes, it is. I tried out for it.
Go on, tell me about your journey. Go on.
Well, I've been wanting to do it for years, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. If I don't get any feedback, I wanted to do it just for the feedback. I didn't really care if I made it or not, to tell you the truth. I just wanted to hear what they thought of me, somebody different outside the music industry. You know, I was like, I did the online show. It took me like 2 hours to wait to get on. But there was a couple producers there. They kept coming on. And then finally, they actually picked me in number 2 out of like 15 people. So I didn't have to wait long.
Wow, cool.
So okay. I went on and I sang, of course, you know, Bo Hoss.
Yes, I do. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Bo produced the song with his Broadway album that he did that I was on. And I had the lead song on that, which was I Don't Know How to Love Him from Jesus Christ Superstar. Everybody loved my rendition because I did it in my own style. So I said, you know what? I think I'm going to do that because it shows my vocal ability. So I said to the lady, I have the track. She goes, no, I want you to sing it a cappella. I said, really? She says, yeah, because the music doesn't come over well with the speakers and everything. So I says, all right. I did it so many times, practicing it and doing it at my shows. So I did it. And she says to me, wow. She goes, that was incredible. She goes, that was a really good audition. And she said she thinks that they would be calling me. So,
Oh,
you know,
I really hope you get that call. I've been in your shoes over in the UK. I don't know if you've read my artist profile. I did X Factor 2015.
did you
Yeah,
really? I love the
that-
X Factor. I used to watch it all the time.
I did.
love the X
I
Factor.
just remember that phone call, that very first audition phone call, and you think, I'm gonna make it. I
Did
was
you meet
bullied into
Simon?
doing this. Yeah, no, I didn't.
No.
I was bullied into doing this. I was like, you shall I, shan't I? And I was bullied into doing it. Someone recorded me while we was in a recording
Oh,
studio
wow.
and sent it on my behalf. And I got that phone call like yours, come online and do the audition online. And then I got the same as you, yeah, we think you will make it. Then all of a sudden I got a second phone call. It was like, oh, we loved your audition so much. We want you to come live to the O2 and record in London.
Wow.
We want you to be part of the recording weekend. How do you feel about that? I was like, I don't know what to say. I never thought it was ever going to happen. We got to the O2, 15,000 people just lining up, got through the whole weekend, and I got through to the producers round, one away from seeing Simon Cowell and Ollie Murs, and I was gutted. I didn't make it. But I had such a great time. When I saw Louisa Johnson, I think, won it that year, I was sharing the hotel with her on the Saturday night. And it was an amazing experience. So whatever you get from it, wherever you get into AGT, just remember the amazing experience and the amazing journey. And I tell you what, it's good for PR as well. As soon as you've been on one of those shows.
I don't really think I don't want to win. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want people to vote for me. I want to win.
I'll vote for you.
But sometimes the people that don't win do better. You ever notice that?
Exactly.
Like the first two, like the first three, if you make the top 5 or something, they get contracts left and right from everything. It depends on what you do too.
Look at Will Young. Look at Will Young now. He's back out. He's coming out this year, and he's back out singing. And it was him and Gareth Gates, all those years ago on Pop Idol, just before the X Factor. You don't have to win those competitions. You just have to be amazing, and you'll be seen all over the world. And I'm so proud of you for doing it. It's a big call for any artist to put themselves forward for one of those shows.
Yeah, well, I'll let everybody know. They said October is the next tryouts, and then after that, they're going to start get in touch with people. So you'll know, believe me.
Fantastic. We know. Lisa will be jumping up and down, and it'll be all on her Facebook. I made it. And we'll be proud of you. It'd be fantastic. So I'm going to let you have a little bit of a break. We're halfway through the show. So we're going to put on your next song. And then we've got a few more questions for you before that whirlwind takes you away from us. Okay, so Song of Faith and Glory you sent through. Tell us a bit about that one.
Well, that was a collaboration with Cindy Lou and Bo Horse. Cindy Lou actually wrote most of the song. I did a couple of things in there with her, and then I just gave it my own. It was my own style, so I sang it. So it's it's got a good message to it. So if you listen to it, you'll hear what the message is. It's a good song, though.
Fantastic. Okay, let's listen to the song, everybody.
Through the darkest nights of sorrow, in the brightest days of joy, there's a guiding hand that leads us with grace that can destroy. Life's a song of faith and glory, a melody of love divine. Through every page of our story, in the Lord's light we shine. Though storms may rage around us and doubts may crowd our sight, in the shelter of His presence we find our strength to fight. Life's a song of faith and glory, a melody of love divine. Through every page of our story, in the Lord's light we shine. In the quiet moments of reflection, in the chaos of the day,
The trials we face in this life are not meant to destroy us, but to refine our faith and produce a greater glory and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed.
With every step we're taking in the path that's set before, we're filled with boundless blessings and His mercy evermore. Life's a song of faith and glory, a melody of love divine. Through every page of a story, in the Lord's light we shine. So let our hearts be filled with praises for the life that He has given. For in His love our souls find rest, and in His grace we're forgiven.
Great song. Great
Yeah,
song.
did a good job with that. The other, I wanted to tell you real quick. My other song, United We Stand, the whole first verse was cut off when you started it.
Oh no! Do you know what? It wasn't for us. It might have been for you, but it weren't for us. We hold the whole lot.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't
We
hear
had
it.
the whole lot. No, we had the whole lot. Don't worry about it. When I send it back out, you hear the whole lot.
All right.
Our listeners heard the whole lot. It's something I don't know if you have it, Lisa. We'll come on to the subject next. Let's do this one. Going on StreamYard has been like one of the biggest turning points of my career over the last couple of months. I've been blessed with meeting so many amazing individuals around the world. And I didn't think about coming on to podcasts at all when I was doing One Life. I was still doing the music journey, still making the singles, having charities come to me and asking when I'm going to do my next single. And then it was a case of, finances run a bit short. Obviously, everybody heard the difficulty that I was having with my producer. Unfortunately, my love goes out to his family again today, because I was thinking about them. That Austin had obviously passed away, so we had to take a bit of a change of direction in terms of what we was doing at One Life. And then podcasting come into my world, and I love it. I absolutely love meeting you guys, especially face to face. It's great. I've met so many of you over the last 4 or 5 years on ISSA, but I've never got to say hi to you. And this is amazing. It's almost taken over my life. It's almost like a soap opera. I have to be here at 7 o'clock every single night to speak to everyone. But you have your own podcast show. What's it like on your side on the podcast show?
Well, just like you, I never thought I would do this either. And I started doing live streaming during COVID, because I wanted to get myself out there to help everybody get through it. And I did every week, I did a concert with my songs, and I talked about scripture. I talked about the world and everything that was going on. And I actually got a couple of articles written on me from doing 3 years worth of shows during COVID to help everybody. So I'm used to doing stuff live like this, but I don't know. I was approached by the 4 Persons network that I'm on, and I did this on my own. And then I said, you know what? I like to join them because I like to be a part of them. And I understand as an independent artist how hard it is to get yourself out there. But my show is based on faith and music. So I make sure people are, when they come on my show, that they're going to be able to talk about their faith, because I ask some tough questions. So
I've seen it. I saw yours with Hunter. You made him also look like he was like 2 years old. It's me and Hunter a few days ago having an absolute ball. We was taking the mickey out of the English, with our language, and we just had this most amazing fun show. And then I saw him on your show, and I thought, that's a completely different Hunter than what I've just interviewed.
Yeah, I like to be different. I don't like to be the same.
Love it.
Anybody in the world with anything, with my music, with my writing. I want to be different. I don't like to be like everybody else. And I said, when I started this, I didn't know if I could do it at the beginning, but I had so much support from people. And at the beginning, I didn't do that great. I mean, I wasn't doing that great with but I'm a good promoter. Everybody knows that. So
You are a very good promoter, yeah.
so basically, I did it all myself. I got it out there. I did all my promos. I started doing everything for the artists. I started approaching them, but now they're all approaching me, and I have so many people on a list to come on that I have to wait. And then because I'm so busy, I can't do shows like you guys do, like every week. I have to only do it like 3. I was going to do twice. I was actually started once a month, first Saturdays. Then I added on a show on the 3rd Fridays of the month. And now I'm doing 3 shows a month. So who knows where I'm going to be in January.
Who knows where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing.
I love it. Like you. I love talking to people. I love to talk.
You know, this is from one podcast host to another. Please watch your show. I love watching your show. It's very heartwarming, and it's a really interesting story. The artists that come on give interesting stories. The message that you give in terms of the show itself. Please watch it. You know, I said to Lisa outside of the show a few days ago, you know, that I've got no copying of anybody. I've got no, you know, we're all in this together. We all make great shows. We all make support to our artists, you know, and I think it is so special outside here in the podcast world because we can bring so many different stories in so many different ways. And it's great how everyone puts it across. And, you know, and I think that's what's fantastic about all of the podcast shows. Getting away from podcasting, in these terms of these awards, on the bus home today, I could have listed all of them. Which one's been your favourite award?
What, the ones behind me?
Yeah, I was going to say the ones behind you, plus the multiple ones that you probably can't put on your shelf. Which one has been your favourite?
That's half the wall. So
that's half the wall, Jesus.
Yeah, but they're all.
God has blessed you.
Yeah, God has blessed me, but I don't let them make who I am. You know what I mean? I don't. They're just awards. I mean, I'm proud of them and I'm blessed that I have them, but I don't walk around saying, "Oh, I have all these awards." But where am I going to put them? You know what I mean? I mean, this is the best place there could be where everybody can see them. Nobody else is going to see them in my studio. So I put them behind.
Which one's been your favorite in terms of its time? You've only just come back from Atlanta and that amazing award show. I
didn't win anything though. I was nominated for
I know. Yeah. But there must be one which has really stuck out in your heart and gone, do you know what? I really love that award, and that was the reason why, because of song.
Yeah, you know what I think I really liked the most was I'm a member of the Exposing Music Awards, Pose Productions. They're in Chicago, and I've been with them for years. And I really like the fact that people vote. They have to vote on these. I have the best fans in the world, I'll tell you, because I can tell them. I remember I had like 5 different awards going on, and people would send me messages going, "When do I vote? What time do I vote?" I mean, they want me to win. It's amazing. And the best one that I think I've won was for my album "Step Into the Light," because this one that I just put out, "To the Light of Jesus," is the same album. It's just that it's digital. But the one that I won the most was let me see if I get it. I have this one that I won, "A Step Into the Light," and I think I won like 5 awards for this album. And This album I wrote during COVID, the whole album. And this album helped a lot of people get through it with all of these songs on it. So this was my most proudest one when I won for Best Album of the Year, with my first one. So, you know, that there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, I'm a finalist for the Red Carpet Awards this year, also for 8 different categories. So, Josie Award cast is Josie. Josie Cast of the Year for them too. So you know, it's really it's nice to have these, and because people recognize you. But I can't really tell you. I think, like I said, "Step Into the Light" was the best one, because that album meant so much to me, and to win Album of the Year, Christian Album of the Year, that was amazing to win that.
Fantastic. Congratulations on all the awards. Do you know what? It looks amazing behind you, but that's the testimony to your hard work and the commitment that you give to the music industry. I think we all say about the awards, but at the end of the day, it's not about the awards. It's about the love of the music that we give and the happiness that we give to everybody who receives our songs. So fantastic. Congratulations. And I hope that next year and this year, the rest of this year is going to be just as good for you. And I'm sure it is. Lisa, I've got to ask you one question. I've got your book. I was coming on to your book. Let's get on to your book, shall we? Mrs. Christmas, right? Do you know what? I didn't get onto your book deliberately. What is it with people like you? Christmas, it's September. It's not Christmas yet.
Well, because this book, this story, it's a short story. I wrote this years ago. I never was going to publish it. And then I know that I was born to be a writer. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a novelist. I wanted to be a writer, not a music songwriter, singer, podcast host. I never seen any of this in my future. I wanted to be a writer. That's it. God blessed me with all this other stuff. Along the line has given me the strength to do this. I said, it's time. He said, it's time. I'm not getting any younger. I wanted to finally say to myself, when I was 7 years old and I looked down the line and said, that's what I want to do with my life. And now I could say I did. So I took this story that I wrote about 15 years ago, I think it was, I don't remember. And I rewrote it. And I didn't think I've been writing music for so long now that I didn't remember if I knew how to write stories anymore. So I just sat down at the computer and I just looked at it and I just took off. It all came back to me. I rewrote the whole thing. And then Hope and Glory Press in the U.S., which is William Hemsworth. He's actually a member of the Four Persons. He has his own publishing company. And he said he was looking for people to go with his publishing company. And I said, this is amazing. I said, how could this happen? I just decided I want to put this book out, and then he approaches me or comes out there and says, I have a publishing company. I'm like, this doesn't happen. For me, maybe for somebody else it did, but not for me, because I just thought it was incredible. And then the whole process, I still can't believe it happened. Like through the process, I was like, yeah, whatever. It's just a book, blah, blah, blah. And then when he sent me the link, it said, congratulations, your book's been accepted. You're now published author. I was like, I have to get that in my head. I've been doing this for so many years since I was a child. And to have somebody say to me, you're a published author, even if it is a short story, it's still a book, and it's
congratulations.
Thank you. It'll be out October 15th on all platforms. Also, I have physical copies of the book I will be getting. I got so many people that are pre-ordering these copies because they want one, and they're going to get a free CD if they pre-order the copy. They're gonna get.
Look at that! Hey, free music and something to read at Christmas time as well. Yeah. You got your Christmas gift there, all wrapped in one.
Hey, this is the best time to do it. It's only 3 months away, believe it or not.
Stop it. We're not there yet. We're not yet. For us parents, it's a very expensive time of year. The kids want everything.
Christmas gift.
There you go. I'll tell you what, my kids are having that this year. They're not asking for anything else. I'm giving them a book and a CD. Lisa, you don't have much time to yourself. You write, you do music, you do your podcast shows. You've told us about your love of dogs. Is there anything else that Lisa does outside of music?
Well, I take care of my mom. I'm a caretaker to my mother. She lives with us. So I take care of her. She takes care of me when I have my bad days. And, there's really nothing else I really do with my life. I mean, I enjoy everything I do. I absolutely love my dogs. I spend a lot of time with them. My husband and I don't have much time to really go anywhere or do anything. So we're happy with what we have. We're blessed. We go to church. We have our dogs. And, that's our life. I mean, he's a big support to me for my music. And, he's always there. He's the one that actually convinced me to do this because I wasn't going to do any of this, and he's a big support. He loves my voice. He loves my writing. And, he's just, and he couldn't believe I actually had a book published either. I didn't even tell him I did. I get lost sometimes. I come in here and I just stay in here, and I just get lost doing things because I do everything here. I got my podcast here. I got my music over there. So I just do everything together in one area. And I do my live shows on Facebook all the time. So, I mean, I really don't care about anything else. This is what makes me happy. This is
what makes you happy. It's what makes you happy. And, it's lovely. And the fact that you get the support from your family, it's lovely as well. My fiance is amazing. And she will support me with everything. Hence the new studio setup. I love it. I love this. This is my birthday present. I'm all gone pink. It's like, I don't know about the colors. I think I may change the colors, but she's so particular. She's one of these people. She's a designer. So she was like saying, like, stick with the pink. It looks really good. It doesn't look pink anyway. It's got like a glow. I'm quite getting used to it. Actually, I quite like it. But I love family, and I love how they stick by us. And yours does stick by, and you stick by them. But well done, fantastic.
Thank you.
So, in terms of 2024, 2025. Is there anything that anybody's got to look out? What's coming apart from AGT? Any new releases? Anything that we need to tell anyone about?
Actually, I'm recording a new song called Only Jesus. It's going to be out in October. It's going to be a beautiful worship song. It's going to be totally different than what I normally do. There's a couple of surprises in the song that I'm not saying.
Okay.
I know the evangelicals and the Christians are going to love this song because it's got scripture in it. So it's going to be, that should be out. Hopefully, I want to try to release it the middle of October because I got my book coming out. So this is going to be crazy because I promote all my own stuff, and it's going to be hard for me to promote my book and my song at the same time. But if you put music out around the holidays, nobody's going to play it. Because everybody's playing Christmas music.
Christmas songs,
Yeah, they tell you not to really release music around the holidays because nobody's going to hear it unless I play it. But I don't know what to do. So I'm going to try my best to get it out. Maybe I'll wait till my book's released and I'll put it out after my book's released. That way I can have time to promote my book. But you know how I am. I'll do my shows and I'll be on.
I was going to say, it'll probably be released tomorrow. I know what you're like.
I have my CD and my book right next to each other. Here, you can get them both.
Yeah.
So basically,
while you're here, get my CD, get my podcast.
Basically, I'll be doing that. I got 2 book signings in November over in my house. My county where I live. I'll be doing 2 book signings in November. And then December, I have my Christmas show. I do an online Christmas concert every year. And we're doing a 4-person special on my Rocket for God show. I'll be doing it's going to be really cool. I'm going to have everybody from the 4 Persons Network is going to be on my podcast. And we're going to be doing all kinds of Christmas stuff, music, scripture, everything. And then I want to take a break. I told everybody this. And every time I say I take a break, I never do. But I want to try to take a break from my music in January and February, and I want to try to work on my next book that will be released in probably May or June. So I'm putting out a poetry.
You've got a busy time ahead of you, young lady. A very, very busy time. I thought I was putting it in, but that's nothing compared to you.
But my podcast will still be going strong. And
your podcast will still be going strong. Jeez,
yep.
I don't know where you do it. I'll tell you what, whatever vitamins you're on, can you send some over to the UK, please?
Sure.
Sure. Anyway, listen, we've not got long together. We've nearly come to the end of the show.
I love the UK. You're my family over there. I'll be over there.
You can come over anytime. Lady Miranda's coming over to us soon. Anyone's welcome to come to the UK, and they've all got to come over to Torbay because it's such a lovely place to come and visit. Devon's gorgeous. Anyway, we come nearly towards the end of the show. We've got a couple more bits to do. So we have got our wheel and our prize to get done before the end of the show. So I'm going to add it to the stage. Here it is. All you amazing artists who have graced our stage over the past month, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you. Look how many artists in 1 month we have had on the show. I am so proud of you all. to come onto my show, to come onto One Live, to support your charity, to support my charity, to continue to make everybody so happy in terms of your music. I am so proud of you. So this is my opportunity to give back to you. So we're going to do it a bit different this month. We are going to pick 2 people, and there is a special judge waiting for you, like Simon Cowell. This is why we had a bit of the AGT. So we're going to have a bit of a talent competition in October. I have got a judge, Dimitri, who is sitting out in the wings waiting to judge your talent, okay, for October. What I haven't told Lisa yet is that she's going to pick what you're going to have to do. So it's not about the winner. It's about anybody out there in our music world. We're going to set you a bit of a task to try and entice you to come and enjoy One Life. So I'll give you a bit of a clue. Hunter, bless him, challenged Imran to a guitar off because he reckons he's a better guitarist than Imran.
Wow.
So I said to Hunter, that's a big challenge, young man. Imran's a blooming good guitarist. He was like, nah, I'll take him on. He was getting a bit cheeky during my show. So I said, I'll tell you what, we'll have a guitar off. And unfortunately, that's when Hunter legged it. And he's now away in Mississippi for the month.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to do that. So we could have a guitar off. We could have a sing off. We could have like a little karaoke challenge. We could do anything we want. So Lisa, get thinking, okay, because we're going to set these artists out there a couple of challenges for the month to raise some more money for the charity, okay? We're going to have 2 charities this month because remember in November we got the Dannies. So this month we're going to have 2 charities. So 2 lucky people will be able to choose their charity for the month. And then in relation to those 2 lucky people, they're going to be captains for their teams and we're going to have some challenges for them. So we spin the wheel, find out who it is. Here we go. September spin. Okay, so here we go. First one coming out. Did you see it spin, Liz?
Did what?
Oh, did you see it spin?
Yeah, I did.
It went between Rick Revel and Robbie Hart, but it came out with Robbie Hart. So, Robbie, congratulations. You have won the opportunity to nominate your charity for the first 2 weeks. So, thank you so much, Robbie, for coming onto the show. And I'm looking forward to contacting you and finding out who you're going to be putting forward. Lisa, what challenge should we set Robbie to set up?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm just sort of thinking about Robbie's sort of the things that she likes to do. She's very much into the Dannies and she's in country music. I tell you what, I've got a little bit of a challenge. Okay, I want you, Robbie, to find 2 people who are not singers and get them to sing a country song live on air. So you can pick anybody you want. It could be a producer. It could be your mum. It could be anybody out there whatsoever. And you have got to teach them how to sing a country song live on air. What do you reckon, Lisa? Do you reckon she can do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're going to challenge Robbie that. So she's just basically got to find somebody who's not a singer and basically teach them how to be a country singer, come live on air and do a country song. There you go. That's my number 1 challenge for Robbie. Lisa, if you can think of anything else before we finish the show, we'll give her another challenge. But I think that's a bit of an idea for myself. Let's get this going. So the second 2 weeks are going to belong to, well done, Robbie. We're going to spin the wheel again.
Damn, I just missed it.
You just missed it. Ooh, Michael Rose. Congratulations. So it'd be a little bit of a fact about Michael Rose. He is working with One Life to bring our music back into reality and get some good charity songs back out there.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to my charity that they didn't make it. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm sorry to any charity didn't make it. And the 15 artists out there who put their charities forward as well. It was a big call. There's so many charities because there were so many people. So for Michael Rose, what should we set him up? What do we know that Michael's good at? You know Michael just as much as I do.
Not really. I don't know him.
No,
too
really? I tell you what, he's a good guitarist as well. You
Yeah.
know, he is a very good guitarist. So actually, I think we throw the gauntlet to Michael because Hunter's chickened out. I think that Michael Rose, I am challenging you to take on Imran in a guitar off. So Imran, I know we've talked about this and you are available during October. Michael Rose, I'm going to get hold of you and we're going to have a bit of a guitar off. So these competitions are going to be, I tell you what, I feel charitable. That show, Lisa, that show on its own will be in aid of your charity. So when we do the live show, we will basically raise money for your charity on that night. And I'm sure the other two charities won't mind, but that one will be sponsored by your charity, okay? So when we do the live show, when we have the two live shows, the guitar off, and also, well, the battle of the guitars, and also the battle of the country singers, okay? So 2 live shows next month. We will put them in the name of your charity. How about that?
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm sure they appreciate it.
They will. Okay, so the 2 live shows coming up in October, and I'll do my best to try and arrange them as soon as I can. Okay, so we have a guitar off competition, okay, with Imran and Michael Rose, and anyone else that they want to bring on the show. Remember, we can have up to 10 people taking part, and we also have a sing-off in the style of country singing. Okay, so but that will be all people who can't be singers. They've got to be normal people. I look forward to those shows and look forward to how they're going to raise money for the charities that are going to be put forward. We've got a few days to put those charities forward. I look forward to finding out who they're going to be. In relation to the show itself, I've got to say goodbye to the lovely Lisa Marie. I've also got to say goodbye to our lovely Willan Hospice. I'm so sorry to see you go. I really am. It's been a big month. We've had laughter. We've had smiles, and I'm going to put those 2 in first because it's so important. We've also had sad times, and we've also had some times that have really had to make us think. And I think we've had a really good combination, and I've been so proud of each and every artist who's come onto my show and gone ahead with a really difficult month. Wesson, who basically right on week 1 basically supported this show and then put this charity, wonderful charity forward. Thank you so much, Wesson. I know you're busy recording. Thank you so much, guys. I hope we've done you proud with your charity of the month, and we hope that you are doing really well out there with your music. In relation to next week, we start our new charitable journey. Lisa, do you want to know who's on next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? We have the amazing, still slipping into September, but she's slightly going into October because it's on the 30th and we need to get these charities going. The amazing Pam Sims is joining us. We also have the amazing Chris Anders is joining us also. We also have Liz McFarlane is also coming onto the show. And to finish that week off, the one and only Brett Gray. So I've got 4 amazing artists coming onto my show next week, and I'm looking forward to welcoming each and every one of you to One Life. It's been an amazing week. I know it's only midway through the week, but I feel as though I've been on this show for the last 2 weeks solid, and I'm ready for a break myself. So I'm going to take this break. I'm going to get these new charities set up for everybody. I'm going to say a big thank you and a goodbye to Lisa Marie, and thank you for everything she's done. Thank you out there. Stay safe. Look after yourself. You know where One Life is if you need us, okay? Take good care. Good night, everyone.
Good night.